guys, Drama 22 coming back. I'm going to look a little bit more at Demeco Ryan's defense. I want to try to break down. I think one of my goals this month is to try to just finish off with trying to find out how he plays his quarters coverage with the no match principles or with the semi match principles. We can see a little bit disguise here, something that we want to work on a little bit where we're going to show that single high look and then we're going to back into a two high shell right before the snap. So get some examples here on film. This one's a pretty obvious one. Bottom, you got quarters. At top, you could have quarters, or you could have had cover 6. Let's see, take a look at it. Cover 2, I should say, at the top. So that would be cover 6. This is going to be a penalty, so we're going to kind of fast forward through this a little bit. Okay, we get a little bunch formation here. Another penalty. 2nd and 6. Now it's going to be 2nd and 11. All right, so there goes a little bit of disguise that we talked about. So here goes a cover 2. This actually looks like cover 2. So we start with the single high look, right? This is going to be tough to replicate in Madden, in my opinion. It could have been because of motion, but you're going to actually see Ward, Jimmy Ward right here, right? Line like a nickel, which is probably a tell if anybody's trying to figure out. And then he goes back to play deep half and he comes over, There might be some way to do that in Madden, but I don't think it's realistic. But this actually looks like a Tampa 2, cover 2. I won't call it Tampa 2, but cover 2. So let's take a look at it, see how it plays out here. Oops. All right. Yeah, definitely cover 2. And they do have a middle runner, come in here, middle read hole player. So pretty much cover 2. You can put that into the playbook. Used sparingly, looking at the numbers that they use it, but not used too much, but used every now and then. I get the situation, probably long yardage, just 2nd and extra long. So let's see what we get here on 3rd down. I don't have the down and distance here, but let's see what we get here. Okay, so again, Jimmy Ward, usually it's always that weak safety, guys. Okay, so the safety that's away from the passing strength is a guy that can walk down the skies. Field safety has to play in the middle. Doesn't mean we're going to stay like that. This one actually does stay like that. This looks like this is just cover 3. So the one thing we see at the bottom, right? Look at the corner at the bottom. He's playing basically Meg. Okay, corner at the top is playing true cover 3. 2-1. Okay. Fluing is what they call it. And then this is what I want to look at is the nickel. Look at the nickel's footwork. I mean, he backpedals literally, you know what I mean, on the snap. He's trying to stay inside number 2, and then he's just reacting up. So it really looks like he's playing curl flat. He's just playing the curl and react to the flat. And I think that's pretty much how they teach. Look at this guy, right? He's not expanding. Right now, he knows that number 1 is pretty much taken care of. So he looks like he's just kind of, I don't even know honestly what he's doing there. He should be mirroring the back, I would think. Getting as wide as the back gets. But again, everybody has vision on the football, kind of old school Tampa 2 style where we can react to the ball. And, that's going to lead to more hits. You get some tips and overthrows, things like that. People have vision on the ball. So that's where you get your turnovers from. So I'm going to take a look at this some more, man. I want to see if I can really kind of break this down. Other people, other teams, are they doing stuff like this too? Well, the whole Ryan's family tree. So, people, offensive coordinators are smart. They're going to attack you, right? They should flood the hell out of these zones and see what happens. Like this one here, this is a boot play. I mean, are they just anticipating that these backers are not going to be there? I mean, there's a good robot right there, right? This linebacker. Hopefully, you can see my mouse. I mean, it doesn't look like this, the intention of the offense, and this is a spread West Coast offense, doesn't look like they're trying to attack the defensive plan. Cover 3. Okay. Here goes cover 3 right here. So this is just, again, this is zone drop cover 3 for sure. But because it's compressed, guys, if you play match coverage and you get a compressed formation like this, you're going to end up checking into 3 sky. Okay. That's the check. And a lot of times you'll see players actually make movement. Watch the safety. You see how we pointed up in the sky? Usually that's the generic sign that we're playing sky coverage. All right. Maybe it was quick. He's probably saying sky, sky. All right. And then you can see the drone. So the good job here, I think, this is good. You don't need to get as wide. You only need to get as wide as number one when you are the current flat defender. So he gets out to pretty much the numbers. All right. And if everything's in front of you, you should always turn your hips to the quarterback like that so you can see the ball thrown. But anyway, looking at everybody else here, man, it just the only thing that's kind of different, and the guys who are part of the Seattle system might know better than me, but this backside backer, I think versus all 3-by-1 sets, he's always looking to run with number three across the field. Okay. I think that's kind of like everybody knows there's a little hole here. It's always opening up to three to try to see if he needs to run across the field with them and match him. So I think that's part of the deal. We saw that earlier, and even in quarters coverage, they let the linebacker match three on vertical. So nickel comes over. This might be a pressure. Oh, the coverage got flipped. Okay, this is a blitz, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like a single linebacker blitz. It was 2-by-2. I don't know what happened here. The strength changed. So the nickel came over as you should. But I guess the passing, okay, that's what it was. Let me look at this. Originally, this was going to be one of these backers are blitzing. I'm not sure who. Okay, it was 2-by-2. And I guess the rules for 2-by-2 was weak safety rotation, right? Here, he'd be a seam flat player, weak, right? So originally it was, where's the extra player? It was 2-by-2. This is the extra player, it's the tight end. All right. So it's weak rotation. So he didn't see the nickel coming over, so the rotation has to change and he has to go back. So that's what happened there. You can see the nickel kind of talking to him like, hey, go back, go back. You're not supposed to be down here. I got the correct. He's a strong side seam flat player. It looks like they corrected it. Yep. Just gave up disguise a little bit too soon. So he took the shot on the backside. Corners are definitely playing mag coverage into the boundary a lot. You know what I mean? So that's base rules, You should make your backside corner. Just basically eliminate that guy as long as you have the people, right? Another compressed set, a little bunch formation. Looks like we're going to play some sort of quarters. Okay, so this one, I mean, just by the way, safety at the bottom is getting so much depth. This looks like cover nine, right? It looks like they're playing. It could be another version of quarters, but it looks like he's playing quarter, quarter. Looks like he's playing half, but he's not getting width. He looks like a squat corner over here at the bottom. Mhm. I know for a fact based off how he plays, but the way they play so tight anyway, it's kind of hard to tell. So I think that's what it is. It could just be quarters, and they're trying to have some sort of like semi box rule over here too. So it could just be that too. All right. So don't hold me to that. I'm just trying to guess it by watching tape based off my experience. A lot of people start playing routes. You might have basically at the bottom, this could be quarters, and we're just going to play the routes that we see. The backside safety looks like he was poaching on three. So that does lead me to believe it's quarters. And, this tight formation up here makes it tough for this guy to play it, but he has to play this guy. That's his guy. He can't play that deep, unless you're expecting underneath help, which I don't see us getting. I mean, the thing is here, outside of 3-by-1, we're going to learn their rules here, basically. Like, it's kind of like being an offensive coach and trying to understand what the rules are, right? He should match this, but he's so far over the top and not expecting any help. But if they still want this guy to poach, right, that means they're probably just playing true quarters. And if three does come over, he's going to take it. But then we had seen earlier that sometimes their backer runs with this guy as well. But watch this player here. Watch him go match heavy on the running back. He doesn't wait for him at all. There's no dropping back into my area and then kind of seeing what happens with the running back. He's kind of doing that quickly. So there's no wall here. There's no wall. So this is not a true box. So he's not like turning and running with three, trying to at least take away a quick throw to 10 yards. So they definitely have this planned out. This looks like some sort of like 5-over-3 coverage. Okay, that's what it looks like. It looks like he's definitely playing here. He's almost playing like in the middle. He's not playing, he's almost playing his true quarters. Right? I don't know exactly how they're teaching that, but it doesn't matter. But this is bad teaching. So maybe the corner just didn't do the right thing. So it's either that or, we're not going to match the running back quickly and the linebacker has to sit in that curl window. So looks like there was a turnover, but still, this coverage is very interesting. I need to go and watch the whole season and maybe even, I would go back to 49ers from 2 years ago, from 2002, I mean 2022, but it's not worth it, going back and seeing what he did in San Fran. It's not worth it. What we need to do is take a look at the Jets because the Jets are playing a lot of quarters, and I really want to see how they're getting to it a lot. So, just kind of looking at it overall, I'm going to just basically say that if you guys want to use this in Madden, just make, I would say maybe there's certain formations we need to kind of play around with a little bit. And I always said versus compressed sets, you probably don't want to be in match coverage anyway. So you're in a safe bet to get out of match versus compressed sets. So maybe that's the answer. But versus spread sets, I would still play some match. I wouldn't be sitting out there just trying to, unless you know that somebody's trying to throw the ball inside to beat your cover four. And then you can maybe turn off match and let your quarter flat defenders just basically play front flat. All right. And if who do you use there? You don't have to use it necessarily three receiver hook now. Now you can kind of get into using maybe one of the nickels or the weak side vertical hook or weak side quarter flat. So all right, a quick video here today. Just want to kind of show you some more plays, get some more evidence, see if I can spark some conversation. If anybody out there knows exactly how Demeco is teaching this stuff and Robert Sala, please talk to me. All right, peace.